to World Wars, boomers. Here we go. We got a Devil Dog 1911, 45 ACP, throwing bowling balls, baby. Let's do it. Look at that. All right, guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we're looking at a really neat 1911, and we like our 1911s. We're just giving you guys a hard time, okay? We're not trying to be jerks. You know, there's all this funny crap floating around about OK Boomer and all this stuff. Look, 1911s are here to stay. They are great handguns, and they are a lot of fun, and they're not like the old school 1911s. I mean, they've come a long way, okay? So this Devil Dog is really cool. This is their full-size tactical model. We thought we'd check out for you. Two-tone finish, brushed stainless on the slide, really cool. You got these forward cocking serrations, which is really nice, you know, for press checks or whatever you want to do. Okay, so you do have those forward and rearward post serrations that are nice and large, easy to grab with a pair of gloves if you need to. You do have a nice section of rail right here on the bottom, so it is a railed 1911, which is nice. G10 grips, okay, so those scales are really comfortable and pretty aggressive looking too. And that's a wicked set of grips on that gun right there, okay. Really aggressive checkering here on the front of the grip and the mainspring housing, but not overly bad. You know, and the recoil wasn't too bad there in the intro. Shooting a little bit of Browning BPT, performance target ammo, just some ball ammo. This gun ships with two 8-round Metgar magazines, but we are going to be testing it with a wide variety of different brands of magazines, as well as a few different brands of ammunition. It does have an extended beaver tail safety, okay? It's actually a very large beaver tail on that. Keep your little hands from getting pinched, okay? Don't want that to happen. You got a skeletonized hammer. That's kind of nice. You got just a standard safety, so it doesn't have an ambi safety bar in it, but you got your standard safety lever. Standard magazine release. Nothing too overly fancy there. You got a skeletonized trigger with an adjustment in there to adjust your trigger pull weight and everything like that. We're going to shoot the gun a little bit more. 1911s are a lot of fun, and I feel like they get a bad rap, okay? There's nothing wrong with a 1911. They're a lot of fun to shoot. We're going to keep going here, all right? Some ball ammo, and then we're going to get into some defensive stuff as well. Let's do it. All right. This gun does not have a full-length guide rod, okay? It's just got the standard, you know, length guide rod, but very smooth, all right? Let's take a few shots. Talk a little bit more as we go. Not bad at all. Okay, we're getting into, we've got a Ruger produced magazine here. I don't know who makes Ruger's mags or if they do, but we've got a Ruger mag and a couple of Chick McCormick power mags. One of them's a 10-shot, one's an 8-shot, and they are loaded with Winchester 230 grain PDX Defender. Okay, that's a jacketed, bonded hollow point. All right, take a couple of shots, and we're trying out some different mags here. Let's do it. Oh yeah, 1911s. Here we go. Got to get used to that trigger again. I haven't shot a 1911 in a good little minute. It's got a great trigger, really nice trigger. All right. It blitzes those sodas, those big old 230 grain balls going down range. Always a good thing. All right, got a popper back there at 35 yards. See if we can hit them. These are three dot standard sights from Kinsight. Kind of a Novak style combat sight. Not bad. Nice and smooth. You know, 45 ACP is no slouch. Not bad. All right, 10 shot Chip McCormick. Trying to, you know, try out some different mags here. I like the two-tone, you know, it's a cool look. Stainless steel is always nice. The brush finish is nice. Very neat. All right, take a few shots. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, trying out some different mags here. All right, getting into a, we got some leftover 230 grain Freedom Munitions ball. Fortunately, these guys are out of business now, but we're gonna shoot what we got. We had some of this left over. Another 10 shot Chip McCormick magazine. And here we got a couple of Wilson combat magazines. These are also a 10 shot. Yeah, those are Wilsons. All right, let's try the Wilson. Wilson! All right. That G10 is not overly cumbersome in my hand. It feels great. The grip texture, it's a nice grippy gun, easy to hold on to, easy to shoot, good trigger. Very cool. Man, I'm gonna tell you, everybody can say what they want about a 1911, but man, they're accurate. The triggers are great. They're super easy guns to shoot. And especially, I know Devil Dog also makes like subcompacts and compacts, like smaller versions, commander size. I wanted to get the full size because I'm kind of a full size 1911 guy, and I didn't own a 1911 that has a rail on it. Now I don't have an accessory mounted on it, but this is something about a 1911 with a rail, right? Everybody always thinks World War II, you know, grandpa's gun, but you know, 1911s, they've kind of come into the modern age, guys. I mean, there's some pretty modern 1911s out there, and this is one of them. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Very comfortable gun to shoot, very pleasing. I pulled that one shot a little low there. Not bad. Trigger takes a little bit of getting used to again. I've been shooting so many striker fire guns and so many revolvers and stuff. I actually haven't shot a 1911 in a pretty good little minute, so I'm kind of trying to get used to it again. But all right, Chip McCormick, 10 shot power mag. Yeah, Ken sights there. All right, have a little fun here. See if we can hit Mr. Go for a couple of times here. Two World Wars, Gopher. that meme is never going to get lived down, no matter what. Like, it's going to be here to stay. All those people making fun of 1911 owners. All right, this is another of our Ruger 45 ACP 1911 mags, and then we got another 8-shot Chip McCormick. You know, I've been a real big fan of these magazines. I bought several of them, and it's funny, it's gonna sound funny, but for a long time I didn't own a 1911, and I gave John probably like 2 or 3 of my Chip McCormicks that I had laying around because he's a 1911 guy, and I didn't have really any use for them. I was like, hey, take these, and then he picked up a couple of extras. These magazines are outstanding. In terms of mags for a 1911, I would strongly recommend the Chip McCormicks. They are excellent mags and everything. Cool stuff. One minor complaint, and it's not like a huge complaint, but this cut that's along the top is really cool. This sort of angular cut. It gives the gun a nice, you know, kind of sexy look to it. But I don't know. Along the axis of the top of the slide itself, it does give it sort of a boxy shape to it. I would almost kind of prefer it to be a little more rolled, maybe. That's just my opinion. Of course, it's more of an aesthetic. I mean, the gun is sexy. It looks great and everything, but also performs great. I mean, it's a really nice shooting pistol. And, you know, at our annual range day we have every year, the guys at Devil Dog have came out and you know, I've always shot their guns and just thought they were so neat and really wanted to check one of these out. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the gentleman that owns Crazy Quail, Barry, is one of the co-owners of this company. Hopefully he wants to be telling people that. I don't guess it matters, but if you guys have never seen those Crazy Quail machines, this is kind of a side note, you should check them out. They're really, really cool. If you're the kind of guy that likes to shoot skeet or whatever, go out and shoot trap, you know, anything with a shotgun, they are absolutely insane. It's like the Ferrari version of a skeet machine or whatever. They are crazy. Look at them. Literally, they call them Crazy Quail for a reason, but check it out. It's really neat. All right, we're going to shoot a couple more rounds here. I think you guys get the idea. I mean, the gun's running just fine. We've shot this gun a pretty good bit, holding up just fine, okay? Yeah, man, you know, there's a nice flush fit in 1911 mag is kind of nice too. You know, if you are going to carry a 1911, you know, it's not a bad problem just to have a nice flush fit mag in there too. Oh man, I heard the Germans run away when I did that. Y'all hear that? All right. I mean, people can say what you want, man. I'm not messing with her. Okay, this is BXP Personal Defense. Tell you what, we ain't taking home no partial box ammo, okay? That ain't how this works. Even though it's just a couple of rounds left, I'll shoot what I got here and check them out. So we shot some Browning, some Winchester, a little bit of Freedom. I've just kind of grabbed a hodgepodge of all the ammo I had laying around in 45 ACP just so we could test this thing out. And one of the probably most common complaints about 1911s, especially with people that carry them for personal defense, is that they choke up on hollow points. Some 1911s are really picky about which hollow points they want to feed. Heck, some of them can be picky about what ball they want to feed. And you can go down the rabbit hole of 1911s of fit and finish, right? I mean, one thing that I look at, right, is the fit of the slide to the frame, obviously. Now, this one, it's a nice tight fit on the frame, okay? It's not a rattly, junky World War II gun. Now, not that the World War II guns were bad, but you know, you look at some 1911s that were fielded in Vietnam and you go, and it sounds like it's about to fall apart, but they run. Now, they might not be as accurate, but they work, okay? So, yeah, you can tighten these guns up and you can get them where the fit and finish is immaculate, right? You can't even fit, I don't know, you can't even fit a single atom in between the slide and the frame, but they get so tight. Yeah, they're accurate, but then the reliability can get a little bit spotty. So there is a fine line between the reliability of having a finely fitted gun. You know, you want a carry gun or a defensive gun. If you are going to carry a 1911, you want it to be reliable, right? So you don't want it so tightly fitted that it's not going to function when you need it to. Another thing I look at, and this is something that Ray taught me, is you look at the fit of the bushing, right? A really, really well-fitted 1911 that has a really, really tight fitment, it should require a bushing wrench to remove the bushing. If you can push it and turn it by hand, it's not a bad thing, okay? But it is a sign of a gun that has a slightly less fitment than a finely fitted match grade gun or something like that. Now, the bushing on this gun is loose enough to move with your fingers, which is not a big deal. But another thing I look at on these is I'll take the slide and put it into a hard stop, let it drop, put it in a hard stop, and I'll take this barrel, I'll push in with a little bit of force. I want to feel what this barrel does when I push on it, okay? And when I push, I can feel that barrel move just a little bit. Now it's going to have a little bit of movement, okay? But the tighter that fitment is and the less movement there is when you push on that, especially on a good hard stop, right? That barrel in a really tightly fitted 1911 should not move at all. It will have zero flex in it because that flex can cause relative inaccuracies. Now, with this gun, this sucker's shooting great, okay? So I feel that with what they went with this 1911 is kind of a mixture of good fitment, good parts, and good accuracy, but not so tight that it's not going to feed anything you can throw in it. So I think that with 1911s, you know, people need to remember that there is a fine line there. You don't want to get one that's all loosey-goosey, but You don't want to get one that's so tightly fitted that it could become a liability in a defensive situation. That's just my 2 cents, guys. Take it for what it is. All right, I'll shut up and shoot. All right. All righty. Good stuff. I'm kind of wrapping them out there, but not too bad. All right, I got 5 rounds left here in the little Ruger mag. Gun's running a wide variety of different ammo, different mags. Reasonably accurate if I can do my part. I actually haven't shot a 1911 in a minute. Kind of disappointed at my lack of skills. I probably could shoot this gun a little better if I spent a little more time with it. Not bad though, good trigger. I mean, you know, there's a list of people that certainly look at the 1911 as a potential defensive option. And, you know, I'm one of the kind of people, the way I kind of personally look at it is I'd prefer a double stack 9 any day just to have the extra shots. However, if you just have to sling 45, you know, 45 is, you know, they say they all fall to the 45 ball. And that's true. You know, you got a slow moving ball that's heavy. And yeah, 45 is a great cartridge, and it can be a little bit snappy on the recoil if you're not used to it. You know, just because there's no such thing as a free lunch in physics, and you've got all that mass moving, and you know it's going to have a little bit of recoil. But all in all, 1911s are very fun to shoot, and they're generally quite accurate. And I think it goes to speak, you know, that they still have their fan base. There's still people that love a 1911, even though it's a single stack. You know, even though, you know, you've got a single action trigger, they are great pistols. And, you know, 2 world wars, baby. Everybody gives me a hard time about that. But, you know, we like our 1911s here. I have no problem with them. But, guys, take that with a grain of salt. We just wanted you to check out this gun, and we wanted to, you know, take it out and have a little bit of fun. And, man, that two-tone, it's real sexy looking. The G10 looks great. Feels great in the hand. The checkering looks nice. The rail system's functional. I mean, it's a nice functional 1911, and you can't go wrong. You know, tactical 1911s are a lot of fun. Guys, I definitely want to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters for the support, as well as folks who purchase man cans over on the website. Those of you who purchase t-shirts over on Ballistic Ink, all the funds we earn off of those purchases go right back into supporting the channel and supporting what we do. If you love our videos and you see value in what we do, those are the most direct ways that you can support us. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, they all fall to the 45 ball, Boomer. All right, I don't want to hear it. Okay, Boomer. See you later.